Welcome back to the Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking about you and your business. Kent Batman and I are working together on helping individuals prepare for some of the economic challenges that we're facing. We're helping individuals in areas ranging from healthcare areas, to areas pertaining to your financial resources and much, much more. But we're also interested in promoting really important values, the best values in business. And that's what we're going to focus on today's program. Kent, a little bit about K&K Prep and then our guest today, and welcome.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. K&K Prep is involved in supplying payroll-deducted precious metals. So an employee can deduct from their paycheck as little as $10 a pay period. Employers are offering their employees the opportunity to take advantage of investments that do not decline in any economy, or I should say, don't lose value in any economy. So a great opportunity for employees, for those employers that are watching this economy today.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
Steve Van Ooteghem is the Houston chair for C12. C12 is a group, and he's going to tell us a lot more about it, that works with consulting for Christian companies. Steve, you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing today?
Sure, I'd be happy to. C12 was founded 20 years ago in Tampa, Florida, and God has spread it all throughout the United States in 75 metro areas. And basically, C12 helps Christian business owners to bridge the gap between the Sunday sermon and the real life of having to actually run a business. And it's really shows business owners, Christian business owners, how to bring biblical principles into the marketplace, and also to live an integrated life and bring the business to their faith. There's a lot of business owners that really have an issue with that, or think that they can't really run their business through biblical principles, and that's just simply not true. So C12 helps with that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to follow up with another question. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's an invitation-only executive roundtable for Christian business owners and CEOs.
Very good. So how long have you been involved in this, and how long has C12 been in existence?
Okay, well, C12's been around. We're on our 21st year, and I have been involved when it was originally founded in Tampa. My wife, Carolyn, and I were in one of the first three groups that were founded. So it really blessed our business for 5 years back then. So I've been around and in C12 for over 20 years.
Very good. Kent?
Yeah, the name C12, does that come from, example of 12 disciples, or how do you come up with it?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's exactly right. It stands for the 12 disciples, Christians.
Very cool. And, in terms of types of businesses, are there certain types of businesses that gravitated, or is it really driven primarily by the attitudes of the leadership that would make them attracted to it?
That is a great question. A business owner really needs to feel, a Christian business owner needs to feel called to this. And we have businesses that range from anywhere from $2 million in revenue over $1 billion in revenue. We have 185 public companies, and they're from absolutely all walks of life, Kevin. That's a good question.
Very good. Kent?
Yeah, Steve, I think you mentioned that you seek pretty much one individual for an industry, or you're trying to be somewhat exclusive on your choices. Can you explain that a little bit? Yeah,
sure. That's a good question. In an executive roundtable, a C12 group is comprised of 12 to 15 Christian business owners, and we ask that there not be competing businesses in there so that there's no conflict with discussions. And one of the things that business owners have a hard time with, whether they're Christian or not, is number one, being told the truth. Number two is being held accountable. And number three is seeing their business from a biblical perspective. And that's why we do not have competing businesses in there, and everything that's discussed in a C12 meeting is kept confidential. And it's really the relationships between the group members are just really almost lifelong.
Very good. And I think it's interesting. I like this concept a lot, because a lot of people, in my opinion, check your Christianity at the door when they leave the church, and they put it back on when they get back to church. And the idea behind it is to learning how to apply kingdom principles to every aspect of your life.
Absolutely. I was talking to a businessman yesterday at church who said that he felt like he had to break the law in order to be successful, and that's just not true. Just like the laws of physics, there are spiritual laws, and the spiritual laws, if you break those, some negative things happen. As you know, Kevin, what we sow is what we reap.
That's
so we
true.
stress a high level of integrity in all areas based on biblical principles.
Got to wrap it up. C12.com, C-12.com, correct?
No, just C12group.com.
C12group.com, C12group.com. Also do want to mention that we're going to have an article ranging on the stuff that Ken and I are working on at usdailyreview.com this morning. Make sure you check that out, usdailyreview.com. It's in the money section. Final thoughts, Kent, before we end it.
Well, this is, obviously an exciting venture. I'm proud of people like Steve that are involved with the gospel and in business, and thanks to him.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Steve. We're going to be getting you back on again, I'm sure.
My pleasure. Thank you. Take care.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Do want to remind you that you can find it, while you're at it, make sure you check us out at facebook.com. Like us there and follow us there. More for you right after this.